Do you like animal conservation? Do you like drinking on the job? Maybe you should embark on a career as a zookeeper. Welcome to Pico Playtime, the video series where I play through some cool Pico 8 games to show to you lovely people. Today's game is called Zookeeper and it's by the developer called Paul Hammond. The last game of Paul Hammond's that I looked at on the channel was Boulder Run, what was it called? It was called Boulder Run, but it was a remake of Boulder Dash. Paul Hammond specialises in these remakes of 80s games, which is great for Pico 8 because it makes it feel that little bit more like a fantasy console, a real console I should say. Pico 8 is a fantasy console and it's meant to feel like a console from the 80s. So the presence of these classic arcade games on the system help that feel. This is Zookeeper, which was originally made by Taito of America in 1983. I think it was also released on the Atari 2600. I only know that because when we load the game, when we've got focus on the window, there we go. When we load the game, it tells you at the bottom all this. But I also went on Wikipedia because that's the kind of thorough research that I do for these videos. Anyway, this is a lovely little arcade game and I want to give it a look. I want to give you a look of it. I've already had a look. I think it's good. We've got a crazy arcade title screen. Look at those crazy colours. That would grab your attention from the other side of a noisy arcade, like you're on an episode of Stranger Things or something. But yeah, look at that. Mind control. Let's give it a look then. So, this is an extremely accurate simulation of what it's like being a zookeeper. You need to jump. Yeah, this is a very accurate simulation of animal conservation. You run around the outside, the perimeter of a zoo, building walls which these rampaging animals, in this case elephants, are trying to destroy. I've been to, several zoos and this is pretty much what it's like. So, this is a classic arcade game. We have got jumping and we have got running. If we jump over an enemy, we get some points. Remember when platformers used to give you points for jumping over things? Anyway, we can also, if we don't get trampled to death by the elephants, we can catch them. We could catch them, but that was the end of the round. Let's just pause it because it's very difficult to talk about this game and play at the same time. Yeah. You can catch the animals with the net and return them to the centre. The more animals that are in the centre of the zoo enclosure, the more points you get. That last level, quite a few of them escaped. Now, one of the interesting things about this game is that in between the ordinary or the normal zoo levels, we have some bonus levels. On this one, we pick up some power-ups for points, and we need to get to the top before being crushed to death by pineapples, by coconuts. That's a lot harder than it looks. These bonus levels, well, they're not really bonus levels. Normally a bonus level, if you fail on it, it just lets you carry on. You can lose lives on those levels. They're proper levels. Right, now that I've explained the basics to you, maybe I can actually progress and show you a little bit more of the game. So, why did I pick this game then? Well, it's a lovely remake of a classic 80s arcade game, which I always enjoy. But it's the... That was close. It's the attention to detail. It's all the little touches. The lovely character animation. From my extensive research of the Wikipedia page, one of the things that this game was praised for upon its release was the lovely animation of the little characters. So it's nice to see that present in the Pico 8 version. Attention to detail there. Excellent. Right, let's try not to die immediately on this level. There we go. We've rescued our lovely lady friend, who I believe is called Zelda. I'm sure there was no copyright infringement intended. This came out in 1983. When was Zelda released? Was that 86? There you go. Zelda ripped off Zookeeper, confirmed. Yeah, each level gets a little bit harder. The animals, I think, get faster. As you've probably noticed, there are fewer walls. There are no walls now, so this isn't really a zoo. This is more of a safari park. Anyway, it's all the same. We're all about building walls. If we can catch the animal that starts off on the outside of the zoo enclosure, a rhino in this case, if we can catch that, send it back to where it belongs in the zoo, we get more points. So you need to try and do that. So we can jump over animals, we can net them, we can eat cherries and melons and drink beer. You know, it's a good life being a zookeeper. Yeah, I want to try and get to the level that I got to on the previous version of this video, where I got to the lion level. It's not going to happen today though, is it? Because I'm not having any luck. Yeah, let's try and get there because I want to show you the lion level. It's a lot of fun. This first level's quite straightforward now. I'm getting the hang of this. I feel like that confidence might come back on me. Yeah, to start with, just doing laps of the zoo is a completely fine way of doing things, but I don't think that strategy really works in the long term. Oh, I should have picked that up then. Oh, that's not a net. I wish I knew what those green things were. It's hard to tell. If you know what they are, feel free to tell me in the comments. I'm sure I could find out, but I'm not going to do that. So yeah, the longer you stay on this level with the evil monkey with the coconuts, the longer you stay on that level, the more coconuts there'll be. The more coconuts there'll be, and the harder it gets. And you'll start losing lives at an alarming rate. You get 3 lives in this game, and I wish you had like 10. I think 10 I'd probably still struggle. It's an arcade game. It was designed to liberate you of your loose change. That actually went relatively well then. Oh, it's the rhino level. I didn't do very well on this last time. So let's see if we can do better. Yeah, I wonder if the animals have different kind of characteristics besides the looks. I don't think so. Maybe? Maybe they eat more of the wall. I could really do with learning the deep mechanics of this game. It won't help me, but it'd be nice. I love all the animations in this. The particle effects, lots of fun. I was getting lots of points then, but not being very effective. Oh, what a shame that I can't show you that level. Anyway, Zookeeper by Paul Hammond is a lot of fun. It's quite hard. Very hard to play and talk about at the same time. But that's just how I do these things. So yeah, if you're interested in playing this game, there are many ways you can play it. I'm playing it on Splore in the Pico 8 console. If you have Pico 8 and you don't know what Splore is, by the way, all you do, you just type Splore and press enter, and then you've got all these hundreds of thousands of, I don't know if there's hundreds of thousands, there's many, many hundreds of games, probably thousands. How many Pico 8 games are there? You know? Anyway, that's Splore. If you didn't know what, when I say, oh, go on Splore, that's what it is. You can play it on Splore. You can play it on the Pico 8 website. Paul Hammond posts all his games on there. You can also play it on itch. Paul Hammond posts all of his games on there as well. And yeah, check out this cool 80s arcade game. If you've never played Zookeeper before, it's a lot of fun. If you're not doing a running commentary of what's happening in the game, you can get a lot further than I did as well. Anyway, cheers for watching this video. Go and check out the game. Go and check out the developer as well over on Twitter. I'll put all the usual links in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.